All right, so today we're going to be looking at, and we've already touched on it a little bit, but we're looking at summary statistics. So you might want to write that. It's summary statistics, or stats if you like. And so that's when we need to get them because we use them to describe our data. So one of the summary statistics that we're going to look to find is the median. And the median is a measure of centre. So you might just write a little note there that it's a measure of centre. So why do we want to know? Because the median is the middle point. So if you had 100 people you surveyed and you put them in order from the lowest value to the highest value, between the 50th and the 51st that's the median score. And why do we like that? Because it's like we know that's where the middle of all the data is. Okay, so the median, it's a measure of centre, and as we said, it's the middle point. So there'd be 50 pieces of data before the median, and 50% of the data would be above the median. So we can you can see here that it's not written there, so you need to write it. So the median is located, and we say at n+1 divided by 2 position. So it's not the number, it tells you where the median is. And who can remember, when I refer to the letter N, what am I talking about? We've used it before. Yeah, the total number of data. So just write that N equals total number of data so you remember. And we'll do a few examples in a minute because we're going to have to, it's sometimes quicker to be able to manually know how to find the median compared to putting it into our calculator. All right, so other summary statistics are things like the range. So the range is the largest minus the smallest. In our calculator, they call it the max and the min. So we can use that. And we're also going to look at the interquartile range. So what the interquartile range is, when we find a quartile, it means we're finding the quarter mark. So the interquartile range, you can see here, is Q3 minus Q1. So what it actually does is it tells us the middle 50% of the data. It tells us where that middle 50%, because that's where we probably want to know. Remember, the ends probably have the extreme values. Like there might be a way, someone who's really high, or there might be someone some things that are low. So the interquartile range, the middle 50% becomes more interesting for us because we know that's where the majority of our values are going to be lying. All right, so these things are referred to, I don't know why it says that. Every year I go to fix this up. It should say 5 number summary. Okay, so the 5 number summary is simply when you state these 5 numbers in that order. So the first minimum, the second the Q1, the third the median. So I've just written M there, so you might need to write that means median, the Q3 and the maximum. So we're going to go practice finding these on our calculator now, and then we'll do it manually. So what I want you to do is we're going to enter these rainfall values in our calc. Okay, so we just put our list into the calculator, and once we'd done the list, once we'd done that, we got to this point, we pressed menu, stat calculation, 1 variable, and then we ended up selecting our list, and then we got a list of data. Let's just write down a few of those things that I said. So the X with the line above it, that refers to the mean, okay? And we'll just put in brackets that you guys refer that as the average. Now we also I said SX will be one we need to use later on, and that's standard deviation. So we saw X, and then if you kept going down a bit, you would have then seen all the min, the Q1, the median, etc. So those ones are pretty self-explanatory. But just so you remember that the mean and the standard deviation are those letters there on it. Okay, so what we're going to do is we actually need to be able to, it can help us be quicker if we can calculate the median without putting it into a list and spreadsheets and doing all of that. That takes a fair bit of time, and if all they're asking for the median, sometimes it can be quicker for you to actually just do it like manually by yourself, like in your head. With the mean, I'm not going to worry about, we don't have to worry about doing that manually. I'm going to say you can always use your calculator, okay? So if they ever asked for the mean, put it in lists and spreadsheets and work it out, get the X with the line and find out the mean, okay? Because there's too much data calculating and we'd make errors, and we always have our calculator. But however, with the median, that's a different story because it's quicker and you probably won't make as many mistakes. So for the median, so we're going to find the median. So the first step is that the numbers have to be in order. So numbers in lowest to highest. So if I put those, that our example in order, it would be 2, 2, 5, 7, and 9. Okay, now we said before that we can find the median. So the median can be found at n plus 1 divided by 2. So if you look, how many numbers do we have here? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what does n equal in this example? Yeah, so n equals 5. So if I pop that into this formula, so 5 plus 1 divided by 2, that would be third. So that means the median is the third number. This was the first, this was the second, and this is the third. So you found the median to be the 5. So here you would write the median equals 5. All right? So that's how you do it. So why do we need to know like this? So if you've got a stem and leaf plot, that data is all in order, isn't it? From lowest to highest. So you don't even need to order it, and you could probably quickly find the median without having to type in a whole list. You'd probably be quicker doing it manually, and that will help you. All right, so that was the median. Now we're going to try and find, and we do get asked this a few times next year, to find the IQR, and it would also be quicker for you to do it manually. So remember, they want us to find the median and the IQR. So we'll do both, and I'll show you. All right, so first of all, we need the data. Let's do the median again. So we're finding the median, and we need the data to be ordered. It already is ordered, isn't it? Yeah? It looks to me this is already ordered data from lowest to highest. So I don't need to do that. Okay, so now we need to count. We know the median is at n plus 1 divided by 2. So what is n in this example? So in our example, n equals, so we need to count it up. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have 9, yes? All right, so 9. So if I'm finding the median, it will be 9 plus 1 divided by 2, which will be the 5th spot. So if I count out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this one is the median. So we found in this example that the median is 9. Okay, so that's the middle data. Now, we've got to find the IQR. So the IQR is Q3 minus Q1, okay? So what you want to do is you want to find the Q1 is like the middle of the first half. Okay? So if you think about it, the 9's the median. So if I have, this is my first half, so the middle number of those numbers. So say in this example, I've got 2, 2, 5 and 7. So what it is, you want to find the middle of those numbers. So it'll be in between these two middle ones here. Because it's an even number, it's the middle. So what's the middle number between 2 and 5? The way you can do it is you can just add 2 and 5 and divide by 2. So what would that be? 3.5. So 3.5, so Q1 equals 3.5. So we've got Q1. Now Q3 is the middle of the top half. Yeah? It's like finding the median of the top half. Yeah? So middle of top half. So if you look in our example, our top half is 11, 12, 16 and 23. So because it's an even set of numbers, it's in between these two. So what's the number in between 12 and 16? What are we saying? 14. Good. So Q3 equals 14. And then therefore, our IQR would equal 14 minus 3.5, which equals 11.5. It's 10.5. 10.5. Okay,